Welcome to Valley Reads, bite-sized book introductions brought to you by the Kalamazoo Valley Libraries. Reading for recreation can help you be a better student. Plus, it's fun. Kalamazoo Valley Libraries are partnering with the Kalamazoo Public Library on their annual event, Reading Together, where community members read the same book and then hear the author talk about it. Here are 5 Reading Together books that you should check out from the Kalamazoo Valley Libraries today. I'm Amy Brandt, a librarian at the Texas Township Library. The 2022 Reading Together title is The Best We Could Do by Thi Bui. What would you do with a story as big and significant as the Vietnam War, and also as small and personal as one's own family history? If you are Thi Bui, you create this incredible multi-layered graphic novel using the power of both art and words to share your story. Whether or not you are a newcomer to graphic novels, you will be drawn in by the story of Bui's family, who fled Vietnam and immigrated to the United States at the close of the Vietnam War. The illustrations are stunning, both bold and striking as well as delicate and muted, expressing the full spectrum of human emotion. I found myself returning to the illustrations again and again, making new discoveries about the characters and stories. I cannot imagine this story being told with words alone, as it is the art which gives depth and complexity to this intergenerational tale. The Best We Could Do does not shy away from hard things. This family's story is informed by loss, grief, and trauma. However, I found it to be an incredibly hopeful book, full of resilience and the power of new beginnings. I hope you will too.
Hi, Valley Readers. Frankie from the Arcadia Commons Campus Library here to recommend today Farm City by Novella Carpenter. Are you a person who sometimes feels like a little bit of a rebel because you just like to figure things out for yourself? Are you a person, like the author of this book, who likes to eat good food but has more skill than money? Farm City is about growing food and raising livestock on an empty lot in the middle of Oakland, California. It's funny, it's a little bawdy, it's full of heart, and I think it's a beautiful little window onto a world where community works in mutual support and care to take care of itself. I took a lot of heart from this book, and I think that you should check it out if you feel like you could use a pep talk from your scrappiest friend.
I'm Jim Ratliff, a librarian at KVCC. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime is a mystery, a very clever one, told from the perspective of a mathematically gifted autistic teenager whose quest is to find out about the suspicious death of a neighborhood dog. It's a quick read featuring an endearing narrator whose perception of life is slightly different from neurotypical folk. He often breaks the fourth wall by addressing the reader directly. This style made me feel like an insider, much smarter than the neighborhood adults who also think that they have all the answers. Like no other book that I've read, it helped me visualize the internal life of a person with autism. If you like quirky British humor, that kind of storytelling, combined with a charming mystery, pick up a copy of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
One Sunday in late September 1854, a train carrying 14 boys pulled into the Dowagiac train depot right here in southwest Michigan. These boys were the first of an estimated 250,000 children that were part of the Orphan Train program. This Children's Aid initiative placed poor and orphan children with families across the U.S. Although many of these children were never adopted, they often found homes with families in rural communities who were in need of additional labor. I'm Ashley, the Circulation and Reserve Supervisor in the library, and I first found out about this fascinating piece of American history by reading Christina Baker Klein's 2013 novel, Orphan Train. It's a compelling story with 2 intertwining narratives, and it's hard to put down. If you're like me and you like historical fiction and coming-of-age stories, I highly recommend reading Orphan Train, the 2016 Reading Together selection.
In this next book, evil threatens a small town in Mexico. Enter a spunky heroine with loyal sidekicks determined to save the day. The crew embarks on a madcap road trip across the border and experiences disappointing setbacks and the surprising kindness of strangers. Will they complete their mission and bring help in time? This is the premise of Luis Alberto Urrea's fast-paced novel Into the Beautiful North, an alternately lighthearted and serious book that honestly portrays the realities of North-South migration. When drug runners terrorize a community, 19-year-old Nayeli is inspired by the classic Western film The Magnificent Seven and recruits her friends to journey with her to the United States. Their plan is to 1. Find men who migrated north for work, and 2. Convince them to return to Mexico as warriors and save their town. This is no damsel in distress story, though, as Nayeli proves herself to be a brave and resourceful leader, more than capable of handling the difficulties that come their way. Nayeli's steadfast determination, even in the face of repeated disappointment, is inspiring and made this book worth a 5-star recommendation. If you are looking for a story that will make you, like Nayeli, smile like the sunrise, check out Into the Beautiful North. Which book will you read next? The Kalamazoo Valley Libraries have you covered with these books and more. Bring your Valley ID and visit us at the Texas Township campus or at Anna Whitten Hall. Or check us out online at www.kvcc.edu/library. For more information about the Reading Together program and past titles, check out these 2 websites.